Everybody, Don601, Ruined Victory here, and sorry that I didn't upload this video yesterday like I said I was going to, but I had a special event to attend, so I sadly wasn't able to do it, but here I am today doing it instead. Anyway, these images were released on, I believe, Wednesday? Yeah, I think it was Wednesday. And I was actually the main person who started the conversation on Discord. Woohoo! Look at me leading a conversation for once. Anyways, well, talking about conversations, since KikiZilla isn't making this video, I might as well should. Even though if he did make it, I'd still make it because Papo is my favorite company, and I really want to do this and go over them. But while on about the images, they were originally released as a full, image of all 5 of the dinosaurs. But I've been able to track down an image of every single one of these figures individually. And I guess we should go over them now, so this video doesn't end up being like 10 minutes long. First up we have my least favorite figure, the Papo Pentaceratops. But first, let's go over the things I actually liked about the figure. I really like the detail and the paint on the figure. The paint is the main highlight for me, and Papo always knocks it out of the park with their detailing. But the main problem with this figure is the goddamn pose. Okay, let's first ignore the fact that this thing would probably break its spine and neck if it did this pose in real life, and if it was a real life breathing animal. But ignoring that fact, the pose on this figure is just, it can only be used in certain situations. Like this figure would be really bad for dinosaur shows, because it's not on all fours like the site Pentaceratops, which is sadly being discontinued next year. But with this figure coming in and replacing it, basically, even though they're made by different companies, that's very disappointing, because I don't like this figure, if you couldn't tell. Look, it's just the pose. Papo, if you're seeing this, which I highly doubt, because you guys are up there with your giant egos like Slight, but if this is a prototype, just change the pose last minute. Hell, if you put it on all fours, actually, if you put the actual figure on all fours, it will probably be better than the actual pose. But it wouldn't really fit in, because the back of the feet would be up, and the tail would be up like it's taking a shite. But apart from that, the pose is absolute doggy-doo, and the paint and the detailing is alright. Now let's move on to figures that I actually like. Next up we have the repaint of Papo's classic 2000 and... what year did it come out? I actually don't know what year it came out. But anyway, this is a repaint of their green Stegoceratops. And fun fact here, I said Stegoceratops. Why did I say Stegoceratops? Stegosaurus. Sorry about that. I've been playing too much Just Cause Evolution. Anyways, fun fact: I don't have a single Stegosaurus in my collection. Any proper Stegosauruses. At the most, I own a slight Kentrosaurus, but that's a Stegosaurid and not a Stegosaurus. So, I'll probably end up picking up this figure since will probably be my first Stegosaurus. But anyways, let's first go over the sculpt. The sculpt is pretty much is identical to the older one, and I actually do like the sculpt on it. But the main highlight to me is the paint scheme, mainly the red plates on the back. I just love the look of it. I love the white. I love the black. I love nearly everything about this figure. I really like it, and I'll definitely be picking this figure up next year. Next up, we have the infamous brown running Tyrannosaurus Rex. Because if you don't know, in about 2008, I think, Papo released a repaint of the green running Tyrannosaurus Rex. But this time it was brown, and it was a France exclusive. I had no clue this figure even existed before the rumors started floating around. Then I looked it up and saw it, and I found out it's a very, very rare figure. And now, since Papo is putting it back into action and is producing it again for worldwide produce, I feel sorry for those people who originally had it and were like, hell yeah, here's my Tyrannosaurus Rex. Oh, it's rare. Not anymore, buddy. It's not £1,000 anymore. Now it's like, what, 20? But anyways, let's first go for the paint on the figure. I really like the brown on the figure because it resembles Rexy, and even if it didn't, I still like the brown on it, along with a slightly brighter brown. But my main problem with this figure isn't about the new. It isn't about the new incarnation of it. It's on about the actual sculpt itself, which is that I don't like the teeth. It looks like one of those V-Rexes from 2005's King Kong, which Reborn recently released, and I couldn't give less of a damn. But anyway, I like this figure. I'll most likely end up picking it up, and especially since it used to be a rare figure, I will be getting this guy, and I probably will end up reviewing them once I do figure reviews. And next up, we have the already beloved Gorgosaurus, and I really like this figure. First off, this is a brand new figure with a brand new sculpt, and I love it, and I love Gorgosauruses. They're one of my favorite dinosaurs. But first, let's go over the sculpt. Apparently, according to people, it looks like it's taken a crap, which I can say that horrible joke. I'm not stealing that from some stupid sketch show guy, because that was in a Discord the discussion I had with somebody, and apparently according to them, it looks like the Giganosaurus is taking a shit. But to me, it could, but it could also couldn't. I don't know what I meant by that, but anyway, let's go on to the actual sculpt. I really like the detail in this figure, especially since, of course, it's a Papo figure. But I mainly like to drive my attention towards the chin of the figure. I'm on about the section underneath the bottom jaw, with the bumps. I really like that part of the figure, along with the same with the 2013, was that it? 2013 Walk Dinosaurs movie, which is absolute dog shite. But I really like the figure, I really like the sculpt, and I really like the paint on it. I like how it looks pretty much dark. It could blend in with the environment. It looks very natural. I really like this figure. I will be picking it up next year. And next up, we have the last figure, which is my favourite out of Papo's selection for 2019. The repaint of their Allosaurus. And I love this figure. First off, I actually don't own the original figure, because I would have bought it by now, but the paint on the last few have been lacking. Because I remember once going to a store and I noticed that the paint on the figures were quite bad. So who knows? I might end up picking it up to go along with this figure. But I really like the sculpt of the original, but I really like the paint on this guy. People say how it looks like the Jurassic Park 3 Raptors, which is good for me, because if you didn't know, Jurassic Park 3 Raptors are my favourite raptors because of their colours and their feathers and their quills. Why did I say feathers? They're not feathers, they're quills. Anyway, I really like the paint on this guy. Especially on the head. I really like the blue on the head, especially around about the eye section and on the neck. And I really like the red on the crest of the figures. I really like the red going down the back. I'm not that sure on the back half of it. I don't know. I prefer it if the rest of that was just blue. But I love this figure. It's my second most anticipated. It's my second favorite figure of 2019, along with the collector Baryonyx. And I'll definitely be picking this figure up, and who knows, I might end up picking up the original along with it. Hopefully I do. I really want to get this figure. It is my favorite, even I haven't said that already. It looks glorious. So, that took longer than expected. Anyways, those were my opinions on the Papo 2019 figures. I'm really excited for this year of Papo, and I want to get all these figures apart from the Pentaceratops, because that Pentaceratops can go and burn in hell with their Allosaurus. And apparently there's meant to be one more figure coming out. I hope, pray to Godzilla that the next figure will be the Giganotosaurus, because Papu has been teasing us that Giganotosaurus for years now, and I really want it. And I think next year for dinosaur figures looks alright. Like, I haven't gone over slides yet, because that video's been kept on getting pushed back. I would try to get that video out soon, like sometime next week. But I needed to cover this figure, this line, because I love Papo, as you guys know, and I really like next year's line. Safari looks like a mess, but the Baryonyx... Actually, no. They didn't make the Baryonyx. It was Collector who did. But Collector looks like we have a great year coming up, especially for the Baryonyx. I really want to get a figure, along with most of the figures in this line. And I love it. I just love it. I can't praise it enough. So anyways, thank you all so much for listening. And I'm sorry for wasting all of your time. But now it's time for me to go. And here is Don't X1 Roar to Victory!